One of the coolest things about my job is that I get to sit at the front line watching researchers, scientists, engineers solve problems in unraveling the complexity and the mysteries of the origins and evolution of our solar system. And one part of that is building the technology that allows us to get data from space, from other planets, from in orbit around solar system bodies. So the coolest thing I get to do is to connect the work that engineers do, like Ben and his team, with the world through schools, through industry, and through the public, so we can share this journey.
As the project manager, I coordinate our team of engineers and scientists as we work towards miniaturizing spacecraft technology to enable access to space for research purposes.
So for me, I studied astrophysics and then ran away to join a science circus where I studied science communication, and that took me all around the world. I then landed back here in Perth, and now I get to work within this centre, the Space Science and Technology Centre, alongside engineers, alongside planetary researchers, geologists. People are coding all day long, people are licking rocks all day long, and we're doing all sorts of experiments and modelling, and we're really looking at understanding so much more about our solar system.
For myself, in high school I had no idea what I wanted to do, and so I started working as a chef at 15, and I did that for nearly a decade. And during that time, I didn't do a lot of science or maths, obviously, although arguably you could say there's a fair bit of maths in cooking. But I did a lot of people management, and in hospitality I learned managerial skills, and I've really found that those have translated nicely into my current position. I studied engineering as a mature age student, and fell in love with electronics, and particularly small electronics, and I by chance met a great bunch of geologists working on the Desert Fireball Network and found myself drawn into the world of space.
One of the coolest things with the Binar Space Program is when you talk to people about what we're doing right now in the labs here at Curtin University with students that are enrolled right now, and a lot of them who grew up here in Western Australia. When you share that with people, like, we're building stuff that's going to space, and we already use data that comes from space, from instruments that have been built by the researchers at NASA, at ESA, at JAXA. Their minds are blown. Like, we can do this right here in WA. I think that's the coolest thing that I know I get to share, of sharing the realities that this is happening now. It's not a far off dream. You don't need to run away overseas, although you can if you want to. But the thing is, it's happening here, and people overseas are coming here to do the work that we do with the Space Science and Technology Centre. It percolates through everything that we do, and I think one of the most powerful things that someone can do right now is the choice to just engage with STEM subjects in their choices. So think about these subjects as sort of like skills that you're collecting and experiences that you can pop in your back pocket that will help you navigate an increasingly complex world as technology goes through our everyday lives, but it also will enable you to take on the challenges in a particular project or a particular sector that you want to work in, or a particular career. So whilst I was trained in STEM, I did an astrophysics degree, and that trains you to think in a certain way, to take on data in a certain way and interpret it. But really, you're learning to learn at university, and all those different types of STEM subjects help kind of give you that really well-rounded way of taking on the world and taking on the world's challenges.
We do a lot of maths for circuitry, but the great thing these days is there's a lot of computer packages that really make those things accessible. So for me, I think that the most important thing is understanding the concepts, whether those be mathematical or physical. Understanding the concepts is what STEM has really provided for me. From the technological point of view, things are getting very small. We're all familiar with mobile phones and how they've advanced recently. Things are changing rapidly in the world of technology, and this has led to a miniaturization of spacecraft and a whole new sector of rideshare launches and small launches that are accessible for universities. And in some places there's even high schools and primary schools that are involved in building these sorts of projects, which is really exciting because space isn't just for a select few anymore who have access to the right group. there's opportunities coming from every side, thick and fast. And I've heard the next generation referred to as the space generation, and I really hope that comes to pass.
Absolutely. We can have WA students building WA hardware that's going to be launched into space and contribute to Australia's space sector, an emerging sector. Diving a little bit deeper, working across industry, there's a real need to try and find solutions to problems that exist right here, right now on Earth. And funnily enough, going to space provides an incredible kind of problem-solving environment, and we have to overcome so many technology, engineering and science challenges as you go there in space. So one thing I've been working on and supporting and helping happen is the Australian Remote Operations for Space and Earth, and it's working with industries from the energy sectors, from oil and gas, from mining, from other technology, from defence, and it has applications across agriculture, telehealth. All of these sectors need to come across those problems of remote working, remote asset management. And as we go to space, that is one of the key things that are really going to emerge from the next generation. Everything will be okay. Don't worry about your job. I was very lucky. My parents, my family, my friends, whilst I had this idea I was going to run away and join a science circus, I wanted to do astrophysics. No one in my family had done anything like that before. I never had to justify that with, yeah, but it's going to get me a job, or yeah, but it's going to be okay because I can use that in another way if I don't become an astrophysicist. It was just a given that I was just fueled by that pursuit, and that passion and persistence would pay off in other ways. And so I think to go back in time and just be like, it's going to be okay, keep at it, work hard, but make sure you we're a mashup of what we let in. So say yes to these experiences that you're excited by and that you're passionate at and that you have to work hard for, right? Like hard fun, like that's a real thing. Like gamers, when they're playing a game and they're going through levels, like it's hard. They're getting frustrated and they fail and they try something else and they give it another go, but they don't feel like they're failures. It's just hard fun what they're doing and they're working really hard. And I think that's one of the things, just enjoy yourself, passion, persistence, work hard. It'll be okay.
What she said. That and like, explore every opportunity. Don't leave any stone unturned, because you never know. Something that seems small and insignificant might be the opportunity that opens doors for you. So be involved. If you had told me in high school that I was going to be the manager of a space program, I would have rolled on the floor laughing. I didn't see it as within my potential. People where I grew up just didn't do things like this. The people didn't go to university, let alone touch space. So I would say don't limit your own potential in your head. If you can dream about it, then pursue it.
And don't worry about your job. Worry about what you want to do, what you want to contribute to, what brings meaning to you. And I think helping us, Australia, WA, get to space and continue to help answer some of the most fundamental questions to our existence, our origins, the evolution of our solar system, why are we even here? Like all of these big questions, that's what space exploration enables for us. And I just think it's just an incredible endeavour. And again, it can happen right now. It's happening right now. So that would be my biggest bit of advice.